Today is a very historic day in the world of Castlevania Symphony of the Night speedrunning. We're going to be watching the current Symphony of the Night glitchless any % world record by Classic Advent. This is the first time I've had one of my world records in a main category beaten in over 4 years. And it was the glitchless category, I think, was beaten like for less than 12 hours or something like that before I took it back. Spoilers, that's not happening this time around. I will have a discussion at the end of this about how I will proceed going forward with speedrunning this game and world records and whatnot. But in the meantime, I do want to just give Classic Advent their flowers and say that they are a fantastic speedrunner, and I'm very excited to see, because they're the only ones that I have seen personally, maybe there are others out there that I just haven't been paying attention to, that is creating their own strategies that are both faster and sometimes more consistent even than the stuff that I've been doing for the last like 5-10 years or whatever. But I also haven't been doing serious speedruns lately. It's mostly been randomizer stuff. So it's very exciting to see that there is at least somebody else out there that cares about speedrunning the vanilla game. So, because there's plenty of fantastic randomizer players out there right now that are still amazing at the game, don't get me wrong, but not many of them are doing like grinds like this. So I'm very excited to see all the new stuff that's implemented and just like cleaner gameplay in general, with like, you know, nice little camera stuff going on here. This is being played on emulator, by the way. There is an FPS counter up there. Xbox emulator was just like, what, 2 days ago announced to be allowed for every category in Symphony of the Night speedrunning, not just any %, which is awesome. The reason, mind you, that this is allowed in the first place is because I saw Classic Advent doing runs on emulator and getting insane times that were like near world record good. And I'm like, we gotta just allow this. Like, this person is playing out of their fucking brains. I don't want to force them to play on a stupid fucking Xbox that's like 5,000 years old. Like, we gotta fix the leaderboard situation. And we did, and I'm very happy for it. There's a couple of considerations as to how to allow emulation on the leaderboard and have it still be fair and stuff like that. Let me move my chat over here, actually. There we go. Because there is an FPS difference, but it's not that big of a deal, all things considered. There's now like a time conversion thing. If you play on an NTSC Xbox, it's slightly different than playing on a PAL Xbox, which has always been faster by a small amount, but there wasn't that many like PAL records being set, so it didn't like make much of a difference. But now if you play on a actual console, there is a chance that you need to like change your time after the fact to account for the FPS, but it's very minor. Anyways, let's actually, all of that out of the way, watch the brand new world record by Classic Advent, where they probably destroy my butt into the dirt. Let's see it! Oh, man. Very clean movement here. Interesting start with the... This is already different. That double blade dash to grab this big heart, you don't do that in glitchless normally. So how does this end up impacting things? 36 hearts... Okay. Is that just to get Dracula to spawn in the center? I think so, right? I'll turn the game audio up. So not using the... Not getting a heart refresh either. Whoa. Interesting. This is already very different, because I always go for the heart refresh, personally. Wow. Yeah, very clean Drac fight. Already using they didn't use the save RNG manip, where you can get Dracula to spawn in the center by manipulating your save data. Oh boy. It's that chunky Xbox emulation audio in the background. You don't need the heart refresh for glitchless, but it does help for trying to get an MP refill, which is like copium, to be honest. But it also helps because like you do actually use a lot of hearts in glitchless. So its dual purpose for the route I was using was to refill my hearts for a specific spot, but also for trying to get an MP refill glitch. Also, to everybody who says you need to like have Tash shield dashing to get a world record, look Does that look like task shield dashing to you? You can see the fucking button presses on the bottom right. This is just clean gameplay. Everybody who fucking is a doomer about, like, I can't mash fast enough, I'll never be good at SotN. Cowards. Absolute cowards. They just want an excuse. Yeah, not frame perfect, needs a reset. What? Mistake? They already made a mistake? Wow, reset. That menu was also sloppy, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, these shield dashes are very, like, this is like the speed of, like, my casual shield dashing when I'm doing randomizers. Did we find out what the preset is? We're going to talk about the It's a Me preset later. Also, that Spittlebone RNG was terrible. How's it going? We're watching the current Symphony of the Night glitchless world record by Classic Advent. This was achieved like a few days ago. 2 days ago? Yesterday? Something like that. Charging up the Tetra Spirit on the music hit. By the way, the reason why the music is playing like this in the background is because in Symphony of the Night, if you want to speedrun the game on Xbox, it is faster to have the game music muted because every time you open up the menu, it loads slightly faster. You can do this on an Xbox by having a USB plugged in or having downloaded music on your Xbox, playing the music on your Xbox, and then pausing it. That tells the game, like, hey, you're listening to your own music in the background, so we're going to mute the in-game music that's using specific files or whatever. The emulator doesn't play those files anyways for reasons. So no music being part of the emulator is actually a good thing. And it is something that you can do on original Xbox as well. So it's, like, still accurate. I'm curious where he saved time. He did say when he posted this time in the Discord that he got really good MP rolls, and we'll talk about that as it comes up. But I guess to allude, one, saving here saves time later on. What? I got fucking trolled. Are you serious? Press the jump button, motherfucker. You wasted like 3 seconds. He doesn't know? Oh my god. When you go into a save room and you save your game, if you mash the jump button, it'll get rid of this data saved prompt faster. He's mashing backdash. Mash the jump button. You lost like 3 seconds. I'm yelling because I care. My world record could have gotten beaten even harder. No, actually, it's an RNG manip. Trust. It's an RNG manip that doesn't exist. Trust. Doesn't pick up the axe. Why? Wait, why? Do you have a strategy that requires not use it? Do you just not want to waste your hearts? That's the only thing I can think of is you don't want to accidentally waste them, so you don't want to pick up a sub-weapon yet? Huh. Very interesting stuff so far. Wow, terrible Fleaman RNG there. Is this even going to be a sub-8 clock rush? 420 to the clock room is not bad per se, but I think you usually want to have like a 415, maybe even a 410. It's been a while since I played glitchless. Like I said, my last world record in this was over 4 years ago. So a lot of the strategies are going to be a little bit fuzzy in the brain. But I do know that saving the game there makes sense because you need to save the game at some point anyways. And saving during the clock rush, this whole beginning 8 minutes of the game, ends up being faster in the long run. Is this an experience route thing, by the way? Or was that just like you failed to kill the enemy? Let me check. Yes, failed to kill the enemy. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was a experience route thing because I don't think killing that guy matters because I think at most he gives like 5 experience or something. Yeah, here you skip over these enemies. Gets the $250 bag. That is normal. Yep, to be expected. Goes for the summon spirit. Does he do the shortcut with these? Yes, he does. Okay. You can see on the input display, there's a summon spirit shortcut you can do, where instead of doing the full input, you just turn around and then do up-down attack, and it works. Cool stuff, cool stuff. It's kind of neat. It's very important. It comes up all the time. It's a faster way to do summon spirits, and most of the time you're backdashing anyways, so you need to turn around to do the summon spirit anyways. Yeah, it comes up all the time. Very standard, using the stopwatch there. 41 hearts is a decent amount. Does get the punch hitbox out to stop the bone from killing him there. Nice. Do other spells have shortcuts too? To my knowledge, I'm not aware of any useful ones. Shoutouts to Castlevania HD soundtrack. What is it, stage 3? Clock Tower? No. Yeah, stage 3 is Clock Tower, but this is not stage 3. Whose run is this? This is Classic Advent's new any percent world record. Or sorry, glitchless any percent world record. This beat my time by like 12 seconds, I want to say. Gets the Garnet, very normal, very much part of the route. Still 7 minutes to the door here. This should be a sub 8 if the full wolf is done here. The Soul Steal on the Switch, I'm not sure if that's actually faster or not. It might be. I'm not sure. That's one of those things that I'm sure Classic has tested. Does the slightly faster jump there? Yep. Like I said, Classic Advent is somebody who develops a lot of their own strats and implements them in their runs, and that's why they are the best right now. Very clean section, yeah. And does get the sub 8 here. Gets to... I don't think it was worth it to untransform for that one heart, personally. It probably would have been faster. Hear me out. I don't think you need the extra 5 hearts. Maybe you do. But I think it's faster to get those hearts elsewhere if you absolutely need them. Because you're losing quite a bit of time here, because you would have been set up ready to go for the wolf jump if you just stayed in wolf form. So that's another little bit of time loss. But who am I to backseat? All right, I don't have the world record anymore. This guy's backseating the world record holder, by the way. Yeah, I know. Oh, did he do the damage test? Is that what he's doing here? I think he's trying to damage test. This is something that I do in glitchless sometimes, where I'll punch enemies in certain spots to see if I one-shot them or not. And if I one-shot them, I can be somewhat confident in what my strength value is, because this is the crux of what changes a decent glitchless speedrun into an amazing one is RNG, actually. Because every time you level up, the way your stats increase is random. Sometimes you'll get like +2 to a stat. Sometimes it's only +1. Sometimes it's +0, I think. I forget the exact way that it works. I forget the exact numbers, but essentially, every time you level up, sometimes you're goated with the sauce and you get really good stats, and sometimes you don't. And he does 2-hit these guys, which means that his strength isn't perfect, but it should still be good enough, probably? And the strength values matter in the early game, but what ends up mattering in the long run is your MP value. Because not only does your strength get increased at random rates, but so does your health and so does your magic. And the magic is the most important one because there's no infinite mana prisms in the glitchless speedrun. So the way that you move around is still by using wing smashes and whatnot. So not like the cleanest possible fight, but definitely trying to go for a faster fight than I normally go for. So I respect it. So far, everything outside of the wolf movement, which is stuff that I never did, this has been pretty consistent with most of the stuff that I would do. Grabs the shield rod, grabs the bag of money, and library cards out. Very standard stuff. Thank you for the good luck. We're not doing anything quite yet, but the good luck will be useful later for sure. I want to just double check the shop that it's the same. It should be, right? Jewel of Open, 3 library cards, and the Iron Shield. Yep, exactly the same. Man, that dog sounds extra crunchy on the Xbox emulator. Okay. Slight time loss, but not that big of a deal. The reason why you save earlier, by the way, is so you can do this. Because this is where we used to have our first save in the glitchless speedrun, but instead you're doing it after the clock rush, where you would normally have to wait for the clock statue to open anyways. So we used to just lose 10 seconds before. So essentially doing it that way saves you 10 seconds, which is pretty nice. Are those damage boosts intentional? It looks like they are. Is it so you can space it to land exactly on this platform with a full jump? Am I smoking weed? It's so you can use the iframes to jump slightly closer to the left. Because otherwise, you'd have to jump from here, jump, land here, and then jump up again. So it just saves him one jump animation? Interesting. That's the kind of shit that, like, I wouldn't have thought of, honestly. That's really cool. And there's the second stopwatch. Yeah, you actually really do need that second stopwatch. Because otherwise that flea armor is a fucking asshole. Yo, Classic Admin in chat right now. Congrats on world record. I'm trying to steal all of your strats, as well as just praise you for all of the good stuff you do. Since I have you here, I need to save your life right now. Hold on. Please? Please? For future reference, when you save the game, after going through the save animation, press the jump button. Start mashing the jump button from here. It skips the data saved screen right here, and you can immediately become actionable. Basically. It would have saved you like 3 seconds here. Anyways, back to the run. It's a very lesser known mechanic in the game. Especially if you've mostly been playing any percent, it like never comes up in any percent because you don't save the game ever. So I don't blame you for not knowing. I don't even remember how I found that out. I think I'm just somebody who be mashing buttons for no reason, but that's probably part of it. So here you're going to sell the Onyx. Probably just buy the 1 mana prism. Yeah. Okay. So the route so far has been very, very similar. Nothing too far crazy other than a couple of small optimizations, which I like. Yep. Normal wolf movement here. Yep. Yeah, even though you have Soul of Bat, it costs so much magic to move around in bat form that it ends up being usually better early game to try and save your MP for specific movement sections, which is why the wolf movement is used there, because it's just like cheaper generally. This is the other part about glitchless speedruns that are very scary. You're constantly at the mercy of not messing up your missed bats and losing MP with them. If at any point you transform into mist and then transform into bat and you do it too slow, you'll lose a chunk of MP, and that like just kills your run, basically. It can be very brutal. Yeah, at this point already, I can't... It's been a while since I've, like, was really grinding glitchless runs, so I can't tell if your MP rolls are already good. But I know you did say that your MP rolls were quite good for this run. Are there any weapon skills that are considered good for runs? It depends on what you mean by good for runs. Oh, there's definitely cheating that goes on in glitchless. Yeah, actually, your MP rolls are good here. Because I think if your MP rolls aren't good, you can struggle to get this wing smash and have enough MP. Yeah, your MP looks really good here, actually. Because if I ever had... Wow. Because I'm trying to remember. I remember any time I got here, like, it was like a 50-50 shot whether or not I would have enough MP to go for this... Shield Rod spell, and if I did, I never had a pixel left over. It was always the entire bar was being used. So you definitely got some good MP going on, which is huge. Like I said at the beginning of this watching this run, is the MP rolls, they matter a lot. It's one of the things that makes trying to grind glitchless runs kind of frustrating, is sometimes you just get screwed by having bad MP. And it loses you a lot of time.
That didn't count?
It really does. Chino, thank you very much for the 39 months. Hope you're doing well. And your strength seems decent. I think if you have really good strength and have crits there, you don't have to do any extra slashes there, but you can't expect to get like perfect stats and perfect crits all the time.
Eat my balls!
That's going to be a new sub alert. I already know it. Thank you, Chino, for gifting a sub to Weecock. Jump scared by my freaking sub alert. Gets Leapstone perfectly, mind you. Is this what I do in glitchless? I don't remember if it is. I don't think it is. I think if I remember correctly, I dive kick and then land and then wing smash from there. But it's been like 4 years. I don't remember what my strat is there. That's an intentional not wing smash there. Like dropping the wing smash intentionally to save MP. That's going to happen a lot. The way that you want to move to conserve the most amount of MP is you'll intentionally do a full wing smash, and then you do at the end of it, once you go back into Alucard form, dive kick into bat again, and then do another wing smash. It's the way to just turn your MP into the farthest possible wing smash you can do. Yeah. I was going to point out the movement in the at the end of the castle keep there, but I'm not sure how optimal that stuff is or not, or if it's preference. It's tough to tell sometimes just by looking at it. Oh, no! You got a fucking Iron Shield drop? Bruh. It doesn't matter. It's just funny. And it's also funny that you dodged it. I don't think it matters if you pick this up. Does this ruin your menus if you pick this up at all? I don't think so, because you never take off the Iron Shield for the rest of the run. But it's funny. It's interesting to hear about the more intricate parts of speedrunning. That's the thing about speedruns, is that they are always way more intricate than you would think. Goes for the Mana Prism. Oh, you would take it off here. So this does mess up your menuing. If you had grabbed that Iron Shield, it would have messed up your menuing. Not by a lot, but still. It's very funny. You had enough MP for a second wing smash. I wonder if it would have been worth it to just save time on the two. It's not. Did you have enough for an extra wing smash? Ah, it's close. It's close. I respect not going for it. I probably wouldn't have went for it either. Because if you lose your MP early and you get booted out of that second wing smash, you're screwed, yeah. Yo, what up, Whiskey Sprinkles? Hope you're doing well. Oh, wait, no. Your menu, you still have to move down to equip Iron Shield, so it wouldn't have mattered if you picked it up. Never mind. Although the Iron Shield would still be here, it probably doesn't matter. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where when you finally get a run that has good MP, you don't take full advantage of it because you're just like, you're not used to it. Like here, yeah, you probably could have went for, honestly, a missed bat into 2 wing smashes here. Maybe. It's tough to say. Another thing that I might want to test at some point if I ever do come back to like really trying to optimize glitchless, is there ever a world where it's better to just shield dash through a CD room to get MP back as opposed to bat dashing through it? Because like, what is the difference in time there, you know? And if it's the make or break difference between an extra wing smash that doesn't boot you out immediately, it might be worth. But that's, again, like, it'd be one of those things you'd have to do on the fly based off of how much MP you have. Which is one of the reasons why this category is so difficult to speedrun. It's because every single run is going to be different based off of how much MP you have. Without Mystic Pendant, it's not a lot. Yeah, I was actually, I did stay up late last night just thinking about anything to update the glitchless route in a major way to try and get Mystic Pendant, but it's just not worth it. It's so far out of the way. I can't see a world where it's better. Yo, Scarflight, new layout? No, actually, this is not a new layout. As you can tell, as I'm doing my thinking face, I am not the one playing here. We are watching the new world record for glitchless by Classic Advent. Mostly to watch in real time my heart break as my for the first time in a long time, a main category world record of mine be stolen. Is this what it feels like to have a world record stolen? Ah, my heart. Okay. I will say, getting that Moonstone can be a little awkward. One thing I'm interested to see is, like, if any boss strategies have been updated. Oh, that positioning is actually nice. Because I usually set up here, and then I, like, kind of wait to backdash. But it seems like this positioning is set up such that if you do this setup and just hold left... Did you let go before the level up, actually? Let me see. You did. Okay. So you just knew where the right positioning was. Because you want to get into this position to minimize the amount of walking Alucard does. Because Alucard has to walk to this position before the cutscene is able to be skipped. So, yeah. You setup is the same. It's not. Trust me, it's not. I'm the guy who does the speedruns. Trust me, it's not the same. I set up where Alucard's head is, like, near the middle of this post. I don't set up nearly as far left. Untransform. Interesting. Does that end up being faster? Where's Moonstone used? Almost immediately. It's going to be equipped after getting Holy Glasses. Because right now, bruh, oh my, I would be so mad. I understand why, yeah. I'd be so mad. Dude, MLG Spear Guards. It sucks too, because the strat is to dive kick off of the candle right there. I think you just did it like a couple of frames too early. No, you didn't even... No, you are starting the dive kick, actually, yeah. So this should come out 2 frames from now. 1, 2. Oh, I guess the extra frame of delay because it's a emulator, maybe. I don't know. It's tough to say. This is a weird one. I feel like I probably would have gotten hit here too. And then the fucking backup guy into the triple. Oh my god, I'd be so mad. Wow. Is delaying this wing smash? I guess you kind of have to for positioning purposes, yeah. Gets the hard land animation there too. There should be 3 clean wing smashes. Dude, you have so much MP. This is insane. What do you mean? You have like 3 extra wing smashes in the tank. This is crazy. Brother. Ow. That's, well, okay. Actually, never mind. Hold on. You did refill a decent amount of MP during this section. Actually, I have to remember you were not using MP for a solid like 5 seconds here. So that's where the extra wing smash came in. My bad. My bad. That does matter. That's actually one of the aspects of glitchless speedrunning that can come up, where if you make a movement mistake but you get MP passively during it, sometimes you can go for an extra wing smash here or there to try and make up some of that time loss. I don't remember how much MP do you need after this, because I think we are supposed to. You just need enough. You refill here, which should give you enough to double jump up, grab gravity boots, come back down, and then save at the save room, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been 4 years since I've had to, over 4 years actually, since I've really thought about glitchless speedrunning stuff in depth. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, the wolf transformation there. It's a classic. You love to see it. There's the moonstone. For menuing purposes, it's probably better. It doesn't matter. Not really. To like do it the other way, but also wait, hold on. How do you menu here? What do you here? You don't use the shortcuts? Oh man. This is another the triggers. The triggers will automatically swap between the current highlighted equipment location. So you can go from left hand to right hand immediately without having to back out and then go up. It's huge. It's really important. IMHO. YouTube game coming through. Thank you for the warning on dithered water. Hey, it's public service announcement, you know? Okay, it does miss bat there. Nice. You perfectly spaced that wing smash. Didn't have to do any adjustments afterwards. Very clean. Dude, you have so much MP. It's crazy. Oh my god. Because I don't think we refill here, do we? We do? Dude, Wait, no, we never have enough MP to use all of it here, right? Oh, I guess you could have missed bat here. That's the only thing different, right? Is you could have missed batted there. Everything else here is like you can't use more MP, even if you wanted to. Okay, it's fine. So it's not like it's wasted, really. The one missed bat is like the time loss from not using your MP, but it's fine. Dang, this is a good MP run. That's an interesting one. Missed batting there. That definitely saves time. For sure. Because alternatively, your options are to try and do like a... If you are going to missed bat, you want to missed bat at the top of the stairs, but I don't think you can. Huh. You can skip the save here, but I believe it's faster to go all out on movement. True. Do we know if the shield rod spell kill on shaft is slower? Because it saves you MP, doesn't it? Because soul steal is 50 and the shield rod spell is 30, I think. Because if it's the same, you probably want to do the shield rod spell version, so that way you can maybe skip that save. Save a little bit of MP and then refill here, maybe, but you probably can't do that. There's probably just not a... Is it 20? Because there is a world, maybe, where if it's the same, skipping the soul steal might let you consistently skip this save and still have enough movement to do all of this. Again, it's been years since I've thought about this. I think maybe... Wasn't ASD looking into doing something like that? Or does ASD actually just do that in his run? That's what you were talking about with skipping the save? Okay. You just can't... the soul steal just costs way too much if you want to try and do that, I think.
I'll suck you.
That's what you meant you would have... Okay, I understood. Ramirez, thank you for gifting a sub to Classic Advent. I understand now, yeah. But you're just kind of like, meh. It's probably faster to just, you know, spend it all. Would shield rod consistently hit 10 times? Yeah, it can. There's a setup for it. Like, ASD used to use the shield rod tech. Probably still does. Goes for the misbat there. I don't think it really matters where you do it. Is that less MP than doing the all bosses movement? I think it might be. Right? Because the all bosses movement has you do an extra gravity jump. You intentionally... No, it's 2 missed bats. But I guess you don't lose MP on either of these, right? Yeah. Does it save you a wing smash, though? I'm trying to remember. This is probably still better. But I'm just trying to keep an open mind. Because you need to miss bat there no matter what. It would be 1 wing smash, 2 wing smashes. You end up here, but farther down. And then you gravity jump up and to the left. So yeah, it does save you 5 MP. It's not as... It's only, I think, like half a second slower than the all bosses movement to do it this way. When I was, like, trying to test it out. Yeah, triple gravity jump here. That's an interesting setup. I mean, this room does suck doo-doo butts, so I understand having a more precise-looking setup to try and get through it. I imagine your goal with this setup is not to land here, but to land here. I would assume. Oh, yeah. You probably had enough MP to not have to do that. Dude. Yeah, you had an extra wing smash and a half left in the tank. That's crazy. Heck yeah. Oh, yo, that's new. That's new. Damn, I didn't know that worked. Whoa, that's new. I didn't know you could gravity jump like that from this spot. How precise is that? I assume, yeah, you're threading the needle there. I always assumed that you would have to bonk here if you did something like that. Or you'd have to do a vertical gravity jump that put you up here, which is not great. You want to be slightly farther to the left because it gives you a better angle here to reach these stairs. It's not too difficult, but a little precise. Yeah, I would have assumed it's way more precise, but it seems like you just do it from the right side of the platform there, maybe a little tad bit in. That's really cool. This is what I'm talking about, man. It makes me so happy to see stuff like that. Because that's something I would have just been like, it's probably not worth it. Nice. Oh, did you intentionally? Hold on. Did you intentionally go for the terrain boost here? It looks like you did, yeah. So you're getting the terrain boost from this slope, and then you intentionally go neutral and then back up to get the terrain boost there. To be honest, I don't think it matters. But it's epic. Because I'm pretty sure you still end up, like, I guess you end up here instead of here. Maybe. Because I think you might, by the time that you reach the top here, you're slightly farther to the right. Maybe it does matter. You know, it's probably worth going for. I think it might actually save a little bit of time. Because you definitely get full vertical momentum immediately here. Because otherwise, I think you end up like riding this angle up, but then you lose some of the momentum because you flatten out here and then go back up. Where here you dodge the part of the slope that flattens you out. Yeah. Things that are sick and optimal are my favorite. Hell yeah. This game is full of those too. That's the fun part. Whoa. This is new. What's the, hold on. Didn't we do a movement comparison video for Randomizer for this section? And it turns out that like wing smashing isn't even like that much slower. It's like 2 seconds faster than doing this movement. Is that where you got it from, or were you just testing this separately? This was a long time ago. I think this was during the left versus right side debate in the Randomizer. The debate that never ends. But intentionally going for this movement to save mana. You just started doing this? Okay. Because there was a comparison video that was made a long time ago about... Because it was based off of, okay, but what if I don't have enough MP? Or what if I don't have all of the movement options or whatever? It was forever ago, yeah. But it turned out that like doing movement like that wasn't that much slower. And the funny thing is you probably didn't need to do it. Because your MP is so good here. However, no double MP refill glitch, you got to reset. Okay, this movement is always awkward. Maybe there's a world where instead of doing this, you can just shield dash to a specific position, do a diagonal up into the left spot that dodges this bonk, and then you just missed bat and then wing smash to the left. Have we tested this? Just an idea. It might not be possible based off of the terrain, though. Varda farmers are in shambles. No, go back. You have to kill them in case you get the 1 in 100 chance of getting the Ring of Varda. No. You can always avoid the bonk? Okay. So this was just... Oh, so were you trying to do a setup here with the up and to the left thing that lets you avoid that bonk? Interesting. Okay, I see. I wonder if it'd be more consistent to just go for a shield dash setup, and it wouldn't be that much slower. In fact, it might be faster because you have to wait for the transformation animation here. So if you just find like a visual cue on the ground, like maybe something like here, or like maybe a little farther back, it might be faster because it cuts out the transformation animation. Like very rarely does bat dashing to set up a gravity jump end up strictly being faster than just shield dashing into position. There are some cases where it is faster, but not by a lot. And also if the shield dashing is faster, again, it's not by a lot. It's like less than a second. Also stretching your magic pretty far here. Why wouldn't you kill the big skeletons? It doesn't matter. The Ring of Varda does not save any time. Not in a meaningful way, at least. By the time you get it, it does not save any amount of spell casts that are not offset by the time it takes to equip the Varda. It does shorten Dracula. It shortens Dracula by 1 spell cast. And the amount of time it takes to open the menu and equip the Varda is the amount of time it takes to cast the spell. I tested it like when I was doing world record attempts. It just wasn't worth it. If it does save time, it's like less than a second at most. Because you don't save any shields, because that's where most of the time save comes from, is cutting out on the number of shield spells you do. Big toss. Hell yeah. That setup's so sick. Maybe if you get 2 Vardas, it's meaningful. Yeah, I think at that point, it probably does matter. There's no way you kill Dusa quicker also. Not by a lot. Again, like, it's not that big of a difference. You're already killing things insanely fast, Dagon. Like, have you tested the time difference? Because I did, and it was like less than a second. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's a new setup. This is different. Because the other setup probably did 4 years ago, and yeah, and you probably did it wrong. I don't know. I also did it 4 years ago, but I did it right because I said so. It might be faster. I don't know. All I remember is when I tested it, it just wasn't worth it. Maybe there's a world where it is worth it. I don't know. Maybe. I'm pretty sure if you cheat in max stats, it would go faster. Oh, fuck. You're so right. So the other shield rod setup was you would shield dash to the left, hit death on the other side to move him to the right into the shield spell. This setup looks a lot better. That looks so much better. And I think it's faster because where death dies here, he transforms into second phase faster too. Yeah, no, that setup's definitely faster than what I did. Hell yeah. Nice. It's so cool to see new stuff get implemented into the run. Yo, what up, Raccoon? Welcome. Yeah, like this bat dash, we've been doing it forever. Is it only faster because you like fall onto this lip or something? Or is it even faster? I'm starting to question the idea of bat dash setups though. Death is just inconsistent. That looks pretty consistent to me. This looks like a way to dodge some of the inconsistencies. Because like his floating pattern is random, but you are chasing him in the direction that he always goes in. So at the very least, it looks like this is designed to maximize the amount of time the swords are inside of him. More consistently than the other method. But I'd have to test it. Yeah, because Death's pattern is random, for sure. Also, question. Is there a spot we can set up that lets you transform into bat higher up here, probably, maybe? This is a room that probably could be optimized a little bit. Oh, that's so much better than what I do. Yeah, what I used to do is I would land on that platform and then double jump, uppercut, gravity jump, I mean. You just do a diagonal one, which is so much more efficient. Isn't it possible for him to say screw you and just go to the right instead? It's based off of what side of him you hit him on, I'm pretty sure. Which is why Advent's setup works better, because Advent is always on the right side of Death. Therefore, Death will always go to the left. Versus if you try and get up close to him and then attack him, you might be on the other side of him and move him the other way because of the way his randomized movement works. I'm pretty sure. Damn, your MP is looking so good here. Yeah, the cutscene does start slower if you dive back into the room. That is true. That was part of the consideration for timing the strat, I think, back in the day. It was just the idea of being able to kill phase 1 really fast was really... I think this strat, even if it's not faster, I would still consider it over the other strat because it looks way more consistent, but I'd need to mess around with it myself. Yep. So clean. Does get the bonk there, but honestly, I don't think it matters, really. Like, the difference between bonking and, like... Shouldn't you wing smash through Heart of Vlad? Yes, technically it's faster, but, like, it depends on how much MP you have. Advent already talked about the fact that they probably didn't fully squeeze out all of the possible time saved from having good mana in this run. Yeah, like, you definitely... This much mana could have been used for sure. But it's also... We're in the part of the run where it's, like, hard to squeeze out more MP. So that's fun. Also, I guess it doesn't matter because you do plan on using this MP here. But yeah, I do know for like an ABR SR type speedrun. Oh no, you end up using the Mana Prism immediately. Wow. Oh, that was just a dropped wing smash. That was like the first dropped wing smash I actually saw. Everything else, the movement's been so clean. Yeah, pretty much. That's the thing that makes these speedruns so scary. Is at any point, if you just lose all of your MP, it's like, it's so over at that point. You lose so much time. Goes for the Mana Prism here. That makes sense, yeah. Might as well. Just go all out with your movement here. Yeah, honestly, there was like the 2 mistakes, which weren't even like... I mean, the Spear Guards was the big thing. Everything else was like... Very, very clean run. The MP was pretty good. I think it's still possible to have better MP, obviously. Because it's very difficult. Like, you would have to be on the 1 in 10 billion chance to get like a perfect MP run, but this was definitely well above average, which is nice. Is sub 30 possible? Maybe. Probably. I wouldn't say anything's possible. Sub 30 is probably possible, yeah. But it would require an absurd amount of luck. Like, you're getting to the part of glitchless where, like, MP refill glitches might be necessary to get a sub 30. And they have to happen in specific spots, like, specifically at creature. And it has to be specifically the double MP refill glitch. It's a shame I threw so much time in my world record run that got the double MP refill glitch. Because if I didn't immediately throw away all the time save that I got from it, it would have... That run would have been very, very good. But either way, congratulations. How many... That was pretty good. Cast-wise, right? You do the 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you had to do a 5th one. Okay. Yeah. You did lose time here. Because I think if your strength is like crazy bonkers bananas, or if you get the Varda, you don't have to do this 5th one. You got an MP refill glitch! Ha! Run invalidated. Glitching in my glitchless world record? Never mind, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Zoom, enhance. Look at that MP bar. What's that MP bar doing? It wouldn't be a glitchless world record without an MP refill glitch. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, man. GG's, dude. What a sick run. What a sick run. I'm actually so happy to see, like, new strats get implemented. Like, all, you know, damn. Very, very solid. Obviously, there is the handful of things that can still be cleaned up, but, like, that's speedrunning. One thing I've learned over my years is you're never going to have that perfect run. So, very, very impressive stuff. GG's. One thing I do want to, I guess, like, end this segment on is, one, again, shout out to Classic Advent, massive world record. This is the first time I've had a world record of mine on a main category be beaten in over 4 years, which is, like, awesome to see, in my opinion. I'm very happy to see people still speedrunning this game and trying new things and, you know, pushing the possibilities, because I knew for a long time this world record had a lot of room for improvement, and it still does. Like, I don't think this is by far perfect or whatever, but it's nice to see a run that gets good MP rolls and has good execution, and, like, to see the potential of what that can be. Because this beat my time by over 12 seconds. Some of that comes from the FPS difference, but not a lot. Like, what is my world record if converted to 60 FPS instead of 59.97 or whatever it is? I forget the exact number amount. It saves, like, maybe like 2 seconds at most, probably, or 1.5 seconds. I forget. It's something like that. Yeah, it's about 2 seconds. So this run is solidly 10 seconds ahead of what my run was. And my run had the crazy MP refill glitch stuff that's actually saved a lot of time. I ended up throwing immediately afterwards, but still. But yeah, it's really cool to see. I don't know when or if even I'm going to come back to glitchless myself. I do kind of want to try just messing around and looking for more strats. I don't know if I'll, like, do a serious grind. I do have GDQ coming up for Order of Ecclesia, so I won't be spending a lot of speedrun time on glitchless if I do.
Oh, he's coming.
But
Oh, Lord, he's coming. He's coming.
Doc Chris, thank you very much
Help.
for the 10 gifted.
Help.
Maybe after the move, maybe. I don't know. It's tough to say. But this is kind of like a larger conversation that I need to have with myself, is like, how much longer do I want to keep speedrunning this game? I got my first world record over 10 years ago in this game. My first 90% world record was in 2015. So it's been a long time. It really has. And, like, I don't know if I'm going to continue to have the drive to be the best forever. You know what I mean? And, like, I don't know. I haven't really thought it through all the way if this is, like, something where I see a time like this and because I'll be honest, my first instinct was not, oh, I so have to start grinding and get this world record back, which is how I felt 4 years ago. But time has changed for sure. The way that I feel about speedrunning and grinding out speedrun world records, part of me always loves the aspect of when I start to get into the flow of a speedrun grind, for sure. But then part of me is also like, man, it's just a lot of time. It really is. So, and it's time that I dedicated back in the day, but I don't know if it's time that, like, as I get older, that I can continue to dedicate, to. But maybe I do. I don't know. I mean, you can continue to grind or retire completely and pass the hat off. You can do both. That's the thing, is like, a lot of speedrunners exist in this like half retired state where they never officially retired or anything, but like they just don't grind the same way they used to, and they mostly spend their time playing games casually or doing like randomizers and stuff. And if you look at my channel, when was the last time we uploaded an actual speedrun? It's been a while. So I've mostly been the randomizer casual guy for the last couple of years. So I don't know if part of that is like I never felt like pushed to compete harder, or if it's something that, like, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. At the end of the day, I'm very happy to see at least one other person really putting in the time and effort to like test new things, find strategies that work for them, and like push the time lower. Because this game is such a beautiful speedrun. It has its flaws, but for me, it's the best speedrun game ever made. But yeah, it's the thing I felt more than anything seeing this time get beaten was like, hell yeah. Which is it's a nice thing to feel. It's very much better than immediately having like your heart sink and feel like, oh God, am I washed? Is it over? Someone's better than me. My ego is telling me that I need to do something about this, which is, in all honesty, parts of my personality that I used to have much more prominent and forward when it came to speedrunning this game. And like, I do have an ego about this game, which I do think I have rightfully earned a little bit of ego. But more than anything, when I saw this time, I'm like, hell yeah. It's like so sick to see more cool stuff happening in speedrunning this game. And it's cool that it doesn't have to necessarily come from me, which is one thing that I definitely did feel at some point a few years ago, where it's like, damn. Like, especially during the luck mode stuff, I was like, if I didn't do this, would anybody have ever come along to really try and push for sub 7? I don't know. Maybe eventually someone like Advent would come along and look into it for themselves, but I don't know. Either way, I'm happy to see more activity. Shout outs to Advent. If you're watching this, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, whatever, show them some love. And yeah, I don't know. Will I come back to try and beat this record? I'll at least try. I think I will boot up Glitchless and do some runs just for fun at the very least. Whether or not I have enough fun to want to really grind out a better time, maybe, but we'll see. At the very least, I am in the handcuffs of I am moving and also I'm prepping for GDQ, and those two things are happening around the same time. So I cannot healthily dedicate time to trying to run Glitchless right now. But after all that stuff is said and done, I do want to at least play the game. So we'll be playing the game. Whether or not I get world record back, I don't know. But I'm going to have fun playing the game regardless. That's about it.